Welcome to Club Top Shot. Fun show tonight. We're going to do a little bit more browsing in the marketplace, perhaps a game. All three of us finding a moment, seeing who's appreciates the most over the course of the season. And then we're going to hop into a Best Ball Mania 3 draft on Underdog Fantasy because we are running out of time to fill and empty the clip on Best Ball Mania 3. Let's do it. All right, CTS. We got Clay in the house. We got Jack. How we doing, fellas?
I feel like we're gonna get in a fight right off the bat when I ask this. But wait, first of all, are you in a new office?
I am. I moved yesterday. Yeah.
Congratulations! Our first Club Top Shot live from the. Do you have a nickname for it?
For my office or my new house?
I guess either one.
I'm out in the burbs. I'm even further in the burbs than I was before. So that's
the PD pad.
The PD pad. Well, what I was gonna say is I've been very busy recently, and so I'm now getting nervous. Obviously it's my role and responsibility in the contract. It will happen, but I was gonna request to draft the BBM team off my account.
That's fair. That's fair with me.
All right. As long I just got to knock him out any way I can. If I'm gonna spend an hour and a half,
let me get our equity. I'm sending you the Venmo.
Yeah, I was gonna say
we know the stream rules.
Send the Venmo.
$8.33. Clay and I will both be sending.
All right, and then I'm in for $8.34, and that's.
No, you gotta. I heard you gotta round up on streams in order to make sure the taxes and all. That's the latest, right?
Gotcha.
That's how I am, honestly. The only times I have time to draft is if I'm on stream or right before bed is when I do my drafts. And otherwise, so what are you at, Jack? How many are you at?
I'm good. I'm good. I'm at I think 122 or something.
You're definitely good.
Yeah, no, I'm fine. But I have this weekend is Labor Day. I'm going to be away. I'm also getting nervous that it's going to fill before, if I knew it wasn't going to fill until kickoff, then I think I'd be fine. But I have a feeling it's going to
fill over Labor Day. People are going to be drunk firing too.
Yeah,
it's 124. I'm fine.
It's at 82% right now. So yeah, it'll pick up over Labor Day weekend. That would be. Can you imagine just the OCD tilt if you only got 148 in right before it?
I would delete the app. Yeah, I know. I'd
be done.
Contract. Yeah, no.
You'd be sorry, Underdog. We can't do this anymore. It's just done. Before we get into this, though, we are, things are heating up. Lots of cool stuff going on over at NFL All Day. I thought it could be fun. Dare I say a content play where we all spend min-max $50 in the marketplace. Let's say max $50, and whoever's moment is worth the most. We could even set a date. It doesn't even have to be the full season. We could even say week 10. We could make it shorter. And then see, we can maybe a little side bet on it. How about this? Whoever's moment is worth the most gets the other people's moments.
Yeah, that plays. I am a little pissed because I get my Dapper Bucks tomorrow or on Thursday from the VIP program, and after the Brady spend, I'm out. So I get how much is the moment we're buying?
No, I think we each get to spend $50 at max.
All right. I have 50 in the account. Let's
on
do it.
One moment, right? Not 50 across. We're not doing. Yeah, we're doing
Clay's gonna be trading.
How about this? How about this? If you do want to stack a moment, you can. But let's just say you have to pick one moment. So, but if you find a $10 moment and you want to do 5 of those, you can do that.
That's fair.
Okay.
All right.
So we had talked last. Was that last week when we talked with Gary? Was that last week's show? God, time flies.
Yeah.
And there were definitely some guys I was interested in making some bets on in the marketplace, but. Talk through, Clay. Your guy Daz Newsome, I don't think he has a moment on NFL All Day. Have you been? Did you say you were browsing earlier?
Yeah, I was finally getting here a little bit. There was no razzle dazzle to be found, unfortunately. But sticking with my UNC theme, I don't know. I think there's a Javonte moment that I was kind of peeping, where if you want to get full numerology, bro, a couple 33s and the serial number kind of situation under 50. So He's one of the ones I think, 'cause it's also his rookie debut moment as well, and minted during his rookie year, I believe. So it has all the badges.
Okay.
So I think I like that one a lot. I mean, I'm high on Javonte. I'm definitely on team. Melvin Gordon doesn't truly matter. So
wow, it's a biased take.
It's a highly biased take, but I think it's one that has some legs to it, paying off potentially.
So right now, I'm playing this challenge very minus EV. I'm not going to share my screen, but my screen is in like 40% zoom. So I'm squinting. I can't enlarge it. I have no clue what's going on. I'm kind of freaking out. But I put max $50 and all day debut. The best player would be Russell Wilson, but obviously it's a base. That could be my play.
This rare Chase Claypool at $49 could potentially be interesting.
I like that one too.
Maybe Kenny Pickett is the truth. Maybe this George Pickens stuff is a little overblown.
You're good. You got Mitch. You're good.
it's Mitch. You could play it through a Russell Wilson common. Like if he strings together an MVP campaign early, Broncos start 6-0. I think you could see the Russ doing pretty well.
All right. Can I have...
It's a common though. Like what if they make 2 more Russes this season?
$54? Can I have $54? No.
What do you want for 54?
I just want to get 2 Lawrences.
Oh, okay.
They're 27. Yeah, they're 27.
Nah, see, I think you just gotta go find like a better cereal to get you closer to 50.
If there is one.
But you want the floor. You want a floor. Yeah. That's a Javonte I was looking at.
I think I'm gonna rock this Claypool.
Triple badge.
It's a Claypool rare.
It's a rare Claypool.
Rare.
It's by far, if you sort all the rares under 50, he's by far the player that stands out the most. Is could have the highest jump. If things go right for him, that's a great one.
I'm locking it in. Don't front run me, chat. Don't front run me.
What's chat? I'm trying to see what chat says.
Lunchable says he's been scooping the Kadarius Toney, I assume.
That's
3 badge there.
Tooney, actually.
Tooney, Looney Tooney.
No Quez Watkins for you guys?
No, yeah. I mean, Quez Watkins or Chase Claypool? I mean, what are we doing here, guys?
All right. I think I have by moment.
Clay, what do you think you're gonna rock? Was it the Javonte's 37? Was that the one you're looking at?
Yeah, that's what I was looking at.
That Eli Mitchell triple badge is pretty interesting too.
You mean Jeff Wilson?
I just think the ceiling on Javonte is so much higher than Eli Mitchell, though, right? Like, I don't know. That's obviously I'm biased again, but in my opinion, just if you talk about the elite, I know he didn't quite make it in Pat's article, the elite upside, but there are other people out there who share similar sentiment. Like he could finish as a top 5 back.
I'm in for $43. Don't front run me, chat. I'm gonna.
What did you get?
Player in a moment. I just went Pat Mahomes.
Okay, I feel like that's the index fund, right? I mean, it's not going to bottom out, probably not going to 5x either.
So the other ones, there's there's a Justin Fields triple badge at 35. If we're going more the quarterback analysis route, right?
That's
Pitts. There's a 2 badge Pitts. So the way I'm thinking through this though is I just don't think that a common Chase, for example, right? Well, he's a 2 badge one. That's not quite a
Wait, Goblor said Bateman. Is there a Bateman for around the price?
Let's see. Is there a Bateman?
Like I said, I was literally on Zoom 40%. I couldn't see shit.
But wouldn't you agree?
You have rare tier. You have rare tier marked. Let's see.
Would you agree that a common moment just runs the risk of them minting 2 more throughout the season that just doesn't
Well, these are series 1. And what they be actually, I don't even know. Are these not going to be series 2 moments?
Some of the players will still fall over, right?
Do you know what was tilting me pretty hard? The number 1 guy, when you filter under $50, let me go back to this. The number 1 guy, Jamal Agnew, at the top here. Where is he? Yeah, $50. Jamal Agnew, the man who got Laviska Shenault traded to the Panthers because they were so excited to start Jamal Agnew in the slot. I mean, I'm tilting.
Why are you tilting? He put him in a
Is
better
Visca just
situation.
slow Debo?
You're right.
Is that where we've landed?
No, he's on the same trajectory, you know, where he's got that dog in him, grown ass man.
I'll take slow Debo. Like, I'm cool with that.
Josh Norris says he runs lethargic. That's what Josh Norris said about Visca.
Yeah, did Laird make it through the cuts today?
He did.
Holy shit! How?
What do you mean? Holy shit! How?
The disrespect.
Like, no disrespect to Laird, but like, what's their play there?
So the play is that I believe.
He's
wait, no, they did.
They cut Gio.
Oh,
I thought they cut Gio.
Oh no! Wait, they cut Gio?
No, he was waived. He was waived. I'm a bad friend.
Wow.
The
And
Gio
another club top shotter, unfortunately.
I know, Chris Conley.
I thought he was going to make the squad for sure.
Yeah,
I know.
He seemed safe.
The Laird thing is honestly bullshit because Laird is better at what Gio does now, and Gio is hurt, and Gio is also like 36 years old. So I mean,
wait.
Hey, he's not. He's my age.
Isn't Gio a pass catcher?
Yeah, that's what Patrick Laird is.
Pat Laird is a pass catcher?
That's his specialty.
I thought he was like a fullback.
Jack, you don't get the thesis of the play.
All right. Talk to me for a second here. So
yeah,
I filtered by triple badge, all day debut, rookie mint, rookie year, under 50. And it's interesting the different, mint counts obviously and such. I don't know. But it's like I'm between like, all right, Fields being a quarterback, and we've known the truth about quarterbacks and like market value.
No, I like the Fields play. Triple badge Fields is a great play.
Triple badge Fields feels like a good play. Ramondre's kind of interesting at an 8,000 mint count.
Yeah,
you can get 3 of those.
Josh Palmer, I'm high on him this year. That's kind of fun. I could fly with like 3 Palmers as well. Those are the ones that stand out to me. Like none of the other ones are really like. I'm having a hard time thinking that like a common is really going to do it for me. Like the rare is the play there. Jax is fine, but I mean, like I don't know. It's not a triple badge.
I feel like you should go Ben Skronik.
Yeah, dude.
That seems
you get the quadruple badge.
That's wild.
Yeah. So Jack, who did you ended up getting? Who did you say?
I went the Mahomes, 43.
Mahomes. Okay, yeah.
I have the floor might be up.
But isn't it common? That's not a debut moment, right?
You don't have to shame it. Like
I'm just asking.
What did I do to you? What did I do?
I'm just asking.
Willis likes your Javonte play. I do think that one's probably the highest upside.
You think so over Fields?
So Fields, I think if you told me I had to hold it for 2 to 3 years, I'd rather have Fields. But I think if you're just trying to bank
this season, I feel
Javonte Williams running away with that job.
You know what? Here's what it really comes down to is like if I went Fields and then it went, obviously Javonte was the one that would win this, I would just be like so hurt. So I gotta just.
All right, so you're going Javonte.
I'm locking in Javonte.
Willis, I know you're our official accountant on Splash Play, and I know you have a spreadsheet for things like this. Will you put in Peter, Chase Claypool, rare, triple badge, Javonte for Clay, and Mahomes for Jack?
He needs our price too. Are we doing it like how are we calculating this? Like percentage basis increase, like decrease?
No, US dollars. Whoever it's the $50 bar.
Yes.
Whoever's it's just US dollars.
Just over 50, like not what we spend on it. So like
net. Yeah.
No. It's just whoever. Like if Pete's is 12 and I'm 13 and yours is 14, you win.
Exactly.
So it does incentivize you to spend closest to the 50, no doubt.
Okay, so
Clay's rethinking all this right now.
He's like, I'm leaving $6 on the table, which
well, yeah, like so I should spend this 50 just for the fuck of it. Like it wouldn't matter, right? Like,
but the problem is who are you going to get for 50? You going to
right? Are you going with
I'll just go get a more expensive. I'll get a more expensive serial number just for no reason other than just to game it.
Oh no, see that is good. You should max out the serial there.
Right. So if I go get like the the coolest serial number closest to $50, then it's right, because all we're trying to do is just go over.
Yeah. Well,
the highest. These don't make sense.
Yeah, I would do $50 of the moment you're going to get, because if you drop it on the floor, you're going to. What is the cutoff, by the way? Do we decide?
No, I think
we should establish these rules.
How about this? Okay, let me establish the rule. You tell me if you guys think this is fair. The cutoff is week 17, the end of the regular season. However, you can sell whenever you
week
want.
18.
The real season. But you can sell whenever you want if you want to lock in a price.
Can you reinvest?
You can't reinvest. You're then locked into that price point for the contest.
I like that.
Exactly.
Like that.
All right.
We got to move on.
Wait, hold on. Explain our scoring
17?
system.
The scoring system is simple. It's exactly what Jack said. It's whichever moment is worth the most money, or you sold for the most money. No off-market deals.
And no paying someone behind the back.
Yeah,
no. Yeah, of course.
I mean, I'll call up Dave Feldman and I'll have them do analysis on this on the blockchain to see how this got done.
All right. So for some reason, there's
a 3-digit serial for $52.
Can't do it.
Sad.
Sorry, buddy. Play by the rules. The arbitrary rules I made up, and then grab the best $49 moment. Jack, while he's doing this, get your BBM3 screen share ready here if you're doing this on your account.
Right. Let's do it.
Oh man, I finally got the brick cut up today.
When you were doing your thing, Jack, I thought you were gonna say you were at like 90 or something. You're in good shape.
Yeah, no, I didn't. I went like pretty. I was banging out like 4 to 6 for a pretty consistent clip. 2 in the morning, 2 at night, multi-tabling with bricks. Normally I have bricks when I'm on my laptop, bricks overlay.
You got to go dark mode for us here, Jack. My eyes are blinding. I was already roasting the ETR guys last night.
You should let me do it. I have the overlay. That's what it's fun.
Oh, you got it set up. I'm disturbed at how quickly everyone joined after you were like, go join. Like when I clicked it, I was the first one in and it joined in 8 seconds because they think there's expected value, but you're drafting with me. So
yeah. Well, here's the thing though, is I know like Clay and I will suggest something and you'll be like, nah, I got to take James Prosh in the 13th.
We're going to have to run a second one on my account so we can actually get a proper draft in. That's not
wide receiver 2. Wide receiver 2. Oh, look at us.
1-2.
See, this is the true influencer 101 because there's still minus EV bros who are taking John at the 101. So this is the truth.
It's the best of both worlds because you don't get the attention that comes with getting influencer 101s, but you still get all the benefits of a great pick. I mean, I legitimately sweat. I don't want 101s on my streams. It's the worst thing that can happen.
I got my Javonte locked in, by the way. $40 serial 33.92. That number equity.
They're asking me to zoom in, but like I said, I can't because my
this is why you
so messed. Oh, come on, cat. Casey Brown.
What are we gonna do? JT?
No.
I mean, I feel like we should draft unique here.
I mean, I'm good. I'm good with a receiver.
I like J. Jeff or Chase.
Or Chase over Cup?
Yeah.
All right, let's go Jettas. I actually agreed with, I think it was Bine 4. How do you pronounce it? How do you pronounce it, though?
Eric Bine 4, yeah.
Bine 4. Wait, Nick, did you DM me about a video editing job? We were looking for video editors. Anyways, I agreed with his take on, like, I think Jettas is going to have the greatest season ever. And like, he was my wide receiver 1, but like Cup, even if like he exceeds what he did last year and Cup has major regression with Robinson, like Cup could still outnumber Jefferson. So the flip doesn't necessarily make a ton of sense, but McCaffrey over Taylor, I'm surprised he hasn't surpassed him yet.
So reason I'm Jefferson over Cup, 2 reasons. I'm still a little spooked about Stafford's shoulder. I know he's like all fine now and stuff, but I think it's just kind of like proof that he's getting older and it might not be as durable for a full season. And I'm kind of buying into JJ's talk about him having the cup role in this new Vikings offense, so to speak, at least in how he's going to be utilized. So I'm kind of into it, and like wheels up with him being potentially wide receiver 1.
I don't think there's any doubt he's going to have the cup role in that offense. It's just, can the Vikings actually get to a place where they're passing, on a similar, pass rate over expectation as the Rams? Although I guess the Rams still ran a decent bit too.
Dare I ask, anybody know how their defense is this year? Like, is it any worse potentially, or they might have to throw more? I mean, fuck if I know, but.
Fuck if I know. Good, Jack. Will you go to the grid here?
Sorry. I don't use grid. I don't
but
use
Jack, but we're streaming for the entertainment of the audience right now, and they need to see the board.
How do people use grids? That's great. How do you know who's coming up? Then I got to go back.
Because we click over at the last second, because we've done collectively hundreds of drafts. We know the guys that are available.
That's stressing me out, guys.
I can't believe we're not seeing Jack's exposures right now. This is.
Yeah, he's hiding them. Frankly. He's embarrassed.
No, I'll show that. Guys, please get your snapback headbands equipped. We're like 8 days from week 1, and I have hella boosts for you guys. So get the headbands on. Thank you.
Lit.
All right. So how, like, you click over a pick before, or like 2 picks?
Yeah. Because here's the other problem, and again, this is best ball streamer life here. If you do it too early and you start talking about who you want, and you put them in the queue, then the chat, Willis starts to be like, you know what, that's a good idea, and I'll bring you max pain by sniping you.
Yeah, no, drafting next to Willis is disturbing, because we can't say anything until he makes his pick. All right, so Jettas, why isn't anyone drafting Kamara?
Because he's dust.
Is he? Why?
All right, I like Pitts here, because I think he might get taken to the turn.
What?
I like AJ Brown or Pitts.
Wait, are we drafting AJ Brown and then reaching for Pitts? Like,
no, I think we're reaching for Pitts and then watching KZ take AJ Brown is what we're doing.
Wait, do we like AJ Brown? I thought we don't like AJ Brown.
Oh, we fucking love AJ Brown.
I'm not drafting a ton of Brown.
Then this is what we're smoothing out your already smooth exposures. I'll let you take Kamara here if KZ takes AJ. Oh, he goes DJ Moore. Okay.
I'm telling you.
Who do you want, Jack? You want Kamara?
Yeah, I would go Alvin.
I would go AJ.
I'm AJ, but I don't mind.
But it's Jack's account.
Well, don't
just think of all the people.
Shouldn't we have gone Alvin and AJ for W17?
Well, I didn't know you were about to flag plant Alvin like that. I didn't know Alvin was your must pick.
No, I wasn't.
Maybe a little more vocal. Well, I mean, if that changes things, yeah, we might would have wanted the correlation, but this is more unique, right?
I'm drafting running backs. Like, I'm not.
Someone clip that. I'm drafting running backs.
I'm just
24 minutes in.
I don't. I'm going. I really am drafting.
Clay.
I am drafting condom as fuck this year, aren't I? I should really get more aggressive in my last 30 drafts. Like, I'll go 3 QBs, 3 tight ends, 6 running backs. Like, I just need to you know what I need to do? I was in a draft with my friends last night. We did a couples draft. So we drafted with our girlfriends and we each had 6 teams. And one of my friends, 1 QB, 1 tight end. He said, fuck it. I need 10 wide receivers in this 6-man draft. That is the aggression that I should be going with for BBM.
Wait, did you say it was a 6-man draft?
Yeah.
Jesus. I feel like you need it to be like 30-round draft to make a 6-person draft interesting.
Oh, it's so brutal. I look at my team and I'm like, holy crap, this team could ship it. Well, I always ask every year about a week before the season, how many of the first picks would you need to give yourself a 90% chance to ship the entire thing? Or do you think there is an amount?
Sorry, say that part. Say the first part.
Like if I gave you the first 18 picks of this draft,
yeah,
do you think you'd be at a 90% probability of winning BBM3? I would say no, not even close, right?
I don't think so.
What do you think? What do you think your probability would be at? Like, are you even at 10%?
That's a really good question.
What would your build be? is
because
actually the fun question.
The thing is if you think about the way the advancement works, right? You'd be like a virtual lock to advance, but then the other best teams are advancing with you, and they're actually getting close. You're losing some guys, and then the field has the similar league winners as you're condensing to week 17. I would say in a 470 person final, you'd maybe have like a 10% chance to win in week 17, which would be a sick win rate, but I still don't think you're anywhere close to a lock.
Like, because you would never have Amon-Ra or Rashad Penny last year. You would have Jamar Chase, so you would have been fine there. But like
you wouldn't have had Jamar Chase.
Yeah, you wouldn't have had him, right?
Yeah. The more interesting question, Jack. What if you could pick your own 18 players? You can hand select your team. They don't have to be the first 18 off the board. Or is that what you're saying?
I thought that's what I was saying.
No, that's what I'm saying.
Okay, I didn't know if you were saying like the first 18 by ADP.
No.
You
just get
it. And that's what I'm saying.
You should fill your roster before the other people draft at all.
Yeah. What would your build be would be the question. Like, would you draft 3 quarterbacks, 3 tight ends, and 4 running backs? Because you have Taylor, Henry, Eckler, and McCaffrey.
It's honestly a more magnified version of what kind of cojones do you have, right? Because you could probably push yourself higher up into the finals. But if you were actually trying to get first place, which I assume you would be, that I do think still a more like a 2-4, 9-2 kind of, or, so a more extreme build would still be optimal.
Okay. So what do you think the odds would be, or a percentage that you would actually win the regular season point total?
I still think in a 470,000 person contest, you're still a major dog to win.
Yeah. And what I was gonna say is, if we're clipping the running backs clip, just someone take a picture of the Andrew comment. That's actually interesting. I think that's the first time I've ever gotten a response like that on the show.
I think he's referencing the hypothetical about what your odds would be.
No, that's what he is. I'm saying.
Yeah.
All right. We're back up in 2 picks here. Willis is going 3 RB. So when were you drafting Breece Hall? Like early on, what was his ADP? In the 50s or even higher?
Yeah, mid 5th to end of the 5th round.
Oh,
I mean, ETN.
I would like Lamar there. Fun. Yeah, definitely.
Yeah,
I'm still drafting ETN a lot. Like I mean, you said that video of people breaking down like how he runs, like his that being like with his injury last year and such, and like how he's like more prone to being re-injured. But like I just think his upside's so fun that like I want him. Like he just feels like he could be that guy. That kind of like, he's young. He's not quite in that 26-plus-year-old range yet. So
I wouldn't take Kittle on our Pitts team. We could backdoor something with Mahomes. We could grab your boy Bateman. Definitely on board for that. Or
I like Mahomes here over Bateman because we didn't get Lamar. I think
Mahomes really and then pair him with like Sky Moore, MVS.
Or MVS, yeah, definitely.
Okay. Yeah, that's my MVP pick. I don't get why people forgot about Patrick Mahomes. It's kind of insane.
I like Lamar for MVP, to be honest, but I think Mahomes is like so undervalued in these drafts. And I've been grabbing him and Lamar every chance I get. As soon as they're past like ADP, I'm like
Ravens.
I just don't.
Ravens and Lamar are same odds. Like Ravens to win the Super Bowl, Lamar to win MVP. Like it's just. By the time Lamar gets going, it might be too late. Like he's starting the season with Mike Davis and Kenny Drake. Like it's just gonna be. He's not gonna have his left tackle most likely. I don't know.
Go back to the board, Jack.
We're
gonna have to start ripping some wide receivers. I mean, absolutely pissing.
I'll start throwing them out.
So I asked Herzig, "What's your guys' favorite build?" Like what pick, and then like generally what core
for like structure wise?
No, well I asked him that too, but like his was like the 101 or 102, and then it's like McCaffrey, one of the wideouts, and then McCaffrey, Andrews, wideout, Lamar, at some point in there as like his core. I've drafted a lot of like McCaffrey with Evans or Godwin or Fournette, like, that week 17 you end up with Diggs and Josh Allen a lot. You can,
My preferred is actually very close to what we probably did here from the start, swapping out Kamara for AJ Brown, Justin Jefferson, AJ Brown or T Higgins with Kyle Pitts, 0 RB build, 2772. Grab Jalen Hurts to stack with AJ Brown.
2772. Wow.
Yeah.
I love 2772 0 RB builds.
Wow.
Yeah, those are fun. I'm pretty comfortable with any pick outside of like 7 and 8, honestly, maybe 9. I don't know. I low key have been kind of like fucking around with some more like 3 running backs in like the first 3 rounds. And if I can get my guys, and even though it's half point PPR, like I'm still like, if I could get a team with that starts like Saquon and then one of like Aaron Jones sometimes, or Javonte if I reach on Saquon and kind of get him in the first even, that's kind of fun to me. And I'll try to pair him up with like ETN if he falls. I've got a couple teams like that, which I think are really, really fun. I'll just like go wide receiver heavy after that. Like I won't touch running back until like, unless somebody fun like, you know, Pollard or Ramondre falls, like I won't touch him until like the late rounds and just go.
Yeah, Pete, who are you drafting as your first and second running backs in a 2-7?
I mean, I'll really push it. You know, ideally you're getting like a Rashad Penny, a Devin Singletary, but I'm willing to even push it further than that.
Why are you into? Okay, I want to ask you this. Actually, this is a good time to do this. Why are you into Devin Singletary when, understandably and agreeably, you are out on a guy like David Montgomery? To me,
hang on. Are you comparing the best offense in football to the worst offense in football, Clay?
Sure, I get that. However, Bills are a higher pass rate of expectation team. Bears, I'm out on Montgomery. I've not drafted a single share of Montgomery this year except for one auto draft pick where I fucked up on a slow draft recently because I got timed out when they made the change. I'm out on Montgomery. I'm saying like I'm also out on Singletary. Like I've not been drafting a lot of Singletary. And to me, Singletary is like a different version of Montgomery. You can make the same argument in certain respects how they play a profile outside of the offense. Sure.
To me, the better comparison is Rashad Penny over David Montgomery. You're going to get the lead back on a bad team, and Rashad Penny is way more talented than David Montgomery. I have a hard time.
What I'm saying is like, if you're out on David Montgomery, why are you in on Singletary? Like, I don't understand like little Singletary. I'm out on both.
Because we saw what Devin Singletary can do in that offense when they're scoring 40 points a game.
Well, they almost want to get rid of him 2 years ago. Like he almost like was off the team like 2 years ago.
They, I mean, there's still so much. It's like, okay, maybe Zach Moss steals some goal line work. We don't know if James Cook is going to be good or not. There's still plenty of scenarios where he's the lead back on the best offense in football, and you're getting that in the 9th round.
It's fair. I don't know. Player profile wise, I'm out on David Montgomery. Singletary feels like a variation of him. Granted, on
player profile. I mean, Devin Singletary. What? Fuck.
Yeah, Jack. What did I tell you? Don't put the guys in the queue.
I didn't think with that much lag. All right. So what do we do now?
We need a wide receiver, and I also think.
Do we not have to draft Cam Akers?
I like Kirk.
No, we're gonna get buried if we don't draft a wide receiver. And I also, you guys aren't going to like this, but we might need to reach for a Chiefs wide receiver here because I don't know if either of them are coming back.
It's fine.
Really?
Yeah. So
we'll get MV. Yeah, dude. Eventually, people look at the board right now. This is
Jack,
insanity.
Is this your first rodeo, dude?
Yeah, It is with this squad.
You don't know, man.
I mean, I see Willis's 6 wide receivers.
So our next pick is at pick 97. We're in a wide receiver heavy room. Sky Moore's ADP is 91 and MVS's is 95. They're not coming back.
What about Mecole?
Yeah, Mecole we would be able to get later, yes. If we're okay with a single stacked Patrick Mahomes.
Do it.
What do you think?
I honestly would take MVS here over Sky in this build, but I like.
See, I would take Akers and just be chilling.
This is your thing. I don't mind watching you do Akers and get buried by an avalanche. That'll be fun for me.
All right. Let me get the
I like
full
Akers, so I don't mind.
I
still like Akers. I'm still in on Akers. I'm drafting him.
Yeah, me too. So, all right, I'll give you what I went on the ETR stream with Herzig. My hottest take or my 2 truths and a lie. One of my truths was
Sky Moore out of the queue.
He's
Go to
going
the
to
board.
get drafted. One of my truths was I don't think Underdog ADP is as sharp. It's the sharpest, but I don't think it's that sharp. And for the reasons being, like, for example, with Clay and David Montgomery, it's all the same people talking about the same ADPs on Underdog. And it's like 95% of people have the same thought process on him. When in reality, maybe it's gone like a little or like very much too far. Like,
is what you're saying is a certain cabal of Underdog influencers have brainwashed the masses, and that
Yes.
it's actually exploitable if you pull yourself out and as a lone wolf just draft the best plays?
That's correct.
Yeah, that'd be fine if David Montgomery could be considered the best play, but he cannot. So it doesn't work out.
I don't know. There's just a lot, and I fall accustomed to it all the time, but like, I don't know. Is Josh Jacobs not? I don't know. Could he be good this year? Could he be the workhorse? No. And why?
They don't
they
like
cut
him.
Kenyon Drake. But they don't like him. Why? Because he played in the Hall of Fame game, and like that was the narrative that fantasy Twitter ran with. But is he not the starting?
What is their attachment to him?
They have no attachment, which is why they might run him into the fucking ground.
He's not productive.
So who
do you think?
That? Because why not? He's fine. Like there's plenty of non-good running backs in the NFL who get a ton of touches.
At least with Montgomery, you can say with a straight face he's going to get a shit ton of touches. With Josh Jacobs now, he's legit getting squeezed by Zamir White. They didn't pick up his 5th-year option. Josh McDaniels hates him. They're going to use Amir Abdullah on pass downs. I mean, it's dire for Josh Jacobs.
It is, but I'm just saying there is like you get the general thought process behind what I'm talking about. For example, and like
you attacked me and my friends and my family.
It's how influential like ETR's rankings are, for example.
But how can you be out here talking about how David Montgomery or Josh Jacobs are good picks if you're also talking about the structure of this tournament being so focused on the playoffs in week 17 or haven't had do they provide you the upside to get there?
Yeah. Wait, why wouldn't they?
I mean, I don't
why couldn't didn't David Montgomery score 200 fantasy points like a season ago? He sucks. I get it. The Bears suck, but he could do that. No.
Look, we got the David Montgomery pick out of our system with Cam Akers, and now, as predicted, no Chiefs wide receivers for us at this 89 turn, but we desperately
could get a Chiefs running back though.
Wait, they took Mecole?
No, we're not taking Mecole here.
No, I thought.
And Willis just took Burks.
My goodness.
We're gonna be. And George Pickens goes. My God, this is a fun. Well, hang on. I need. Make your picks, Jack. And then
wait, what's wrong with Robert Woods and Tyler Boyd? I love Claypool.
Me too. Yeah. Bias moment on NFL Day. The rare is actually a really nice value.
Oh my God, this room is crazy.
Jack.
This is wild, mate.
You don't. Casey's taking Claypool. I'll bet a lot of money on that.
I love Garrett Wilson though.
All right. Something we can all agree on.
I think he's gonna be my most drafted player actually when it's all said and done. Why
are you also drafting Elijah Moore or?
Am I drafting Elijah Moore? Yeah. Why wouldn't I be?
Well, sorry, you're the flat exposure guy. I forgot that you don't.
All right, take your pick, and then I'm going to show you what just happened on this show.
Oh, dear God.
Rest in peace, Jack. I guess I don't.
We're running it back. We're doing another draft.
No, you just zig. You just zig when others are zagging.
We're firing one on my account. I need a bullet too.
Oh dear God.
All right, can you go to our team real quick? Can we get a little recap here? How we sitting? We have no tight ends.
I'm glad you took Garrett Wilson there. That was a good pick.
Yeah, Kyle Journey. Shit on Pete. Let's go. Let's get it going. Let's go.
This
Jack,
comment is even shitting on me. Kyle says David Montgomery is just as good as other RBs there. We have to tell ourselves a story to create player takes that make us feel like we're gaining an edge on the field. Pete told himself D-Mod sucks.
Where is Miko? Wow.
Isn't that the definition of living a little?
Stop using the Q, Jack. Put it on a fucking billboard.
All right, they already know.
All right, we have Mahomes. We have 3 running backs.
We have the wide receiver 1 on the Titans and the Jags. I guess it could be worse.
Exactly. Wait,
I'm in on Kirk.
Have any non-wide receiver 1s?
I'm in on Kirk.
Oh my
You're
God.
right.
Wait, we had to take Garrett Wilson 20 picks ahead of ADP.
What do you think an avalanche is, Jack? I thought you watched Best Ball Breakfast.
I do occasionally, but I didn't realize it was that bad. Like I saw you popped a 10 p.m. stream last night, and you don't tell anyone because you don't want to fall into this situation. Isn't everyone's team just dead at this point?
Not the ones that know to take wide receivers early.
Or I guess
so excited about 10 picks of ADP value on Alvin Kamara.
I guess it doesn't.
That is fuck.
I guess it doesn't matter, right? Like if you just take the wide receiver, like ADP doesn't matter. You just take the running backs later and the wide receivers earlier. Is that the thought process?
Well, it's like you're going down the avalanche and you're trying to slalom in and out,
Right.
and sometimes you can catch the running back values while still getting your wide receivers. I would say we ran into a conifer tree, and now they have ski patrol coming to cart us down the side of the mountain.
I like Alex's comment. It's accurate.
This team sucks. I'm understanding. I wish I would have had a pre-warning to this.
Yeah, Jack is doing oral farming, which is this new thing where Jack can't turn off his engagement farming brain that he's farming responses out of us. Look at Wally. Let's go to see these teams. Let's see if anyone else got buried by the Avalanche. I see a lot of running back picks here, but I'm guessing they went wide receivers early. Isn't it nice to look at the board, kind of see what people did?
No.
Instead of see Jack put people in the queue that are going to get taken 6 picks later. Get out of here. Someone take Miko Hardman to teach.
No. Whoa.
Yeah.
Wow, Isaiah McKenzie. Holy fuck me. Jesus.
This is the dumbest thing I've ever seen.
Brother.
Has your brother as Casey maxed already?
No, he hasn't, but he'll get there, I assume, pretty shortly. He hit the same wall that I hit last year. Like I'm still enjoying it right now, like trying to build unique and testing different theories.
Throw out ADP, escaping the hive mind and the group think.
No, I still use ADP. I still use ranking, but he's at those final 25 where it's not even like it's a chore. It's like it's just punishment. Like that's what it feels like, the final 25. And it's not like that's a long time. It's 6 hours plus of drafting.
I don't share that take. I wish I had more time, and I enjoy every one of my drafts. It's just crunch time.
There's no way you can enjoy drafting like this.
Like if I had unlimited amount of time, I would have skipped a lot of my like night drafts that I had to do from like mid-July until now just to get caught up.
Right.
Would have drafted on stream and then just drafted. I would have probably barbelled it. All right,
let's go.
Fucking Miko Hardman. No, you're not taking Julio ahead. We have to get Miko Hardman on this team.
My baby.
Oh my God.
Oh man.
All right.
Wait, why aren't people drafting Julio?
Because most of us drafted him in the 18th round, and now he costs a 11th round pick.
KZ.
Can I make a counter argument to that point?
The Julio point?
No, just like doesn't matter if people drafted a certain player at a later round.
Yeah, go for it.
Okay, so what if you're drafting a player in the 15th round for most of the
Can I take
offseason?
Michael Gallup, another wide receiver one?
Yeah. Gallup is Jerry Jones said if it was the Super Bowl week 1, he'd be playing. That's all I need to hear from Jerry.
Wheels
Oh,
up.
Chark was on the board too. There's so much value here.
I will say we have
Jacoby
somewhat
Myers, wide
recovered
receiver
here.
one.
Right.
We have somewhat recovered.
We're back. We're back.
Chilling.
Go ahead. I want to hear your take.
Okay.
Here, Clay.
Okay. So my point is that like, let's say like, I was drafting Julio like late, right? In the last like 17th, 18th round for a while there. But I was still I'm still taking him in certain builds or when I like him over other wide receivers where he's going now. Because what if, a player that you need is coming from those later rounds where you were previously drafting Julio and now you're actually building a team that makes more sense or has more of an advance rate or win rate because a player that you wouldn't have gotten on a team where you were drafting him previously in those later rounds. Like you can make those kind of arguments too, is my point, I guess. Like it doesn't necessarily matter. Like,
but if you do use that argument, which I think is fair, it's still a 2v2. And the probability is that my 2v2 on the guy I was taking in the 11th round is stronger. And so that's not to say, let's just say,
I just feel in a tournament like this, right? I would agree with that when it goes to like a different kind of, I would say like one of the other formats, right? That is more standard to how you would draft in like a managed league almost, as opposed to like pure best ball or like a best ball that's so top heavy like this, where you like are really just going for like the absolute nuts. And it really is kind of like the Millie Maker lineup where you just have to get kind of like lucky and hit that like perfect outcome. I don't know. That's kind of how I'm thinking about it, is like it matters less in a contest like this than it would in like a contest that is structured flatter.
Yeah. The two spots where I'll still take Julio right now at his elevated ADP is obviously in Brady stacks. Sometimes you end up with Godwin.
Yeah, certainly.
You don't have Evans. The tight ends aren't interesting. And then Julio's there. Or in piss boy avalanche rooms where you have no choice but to get a wide receiver.
I don't know. I do think there's a lot of, I don't think it's dust, to be honest. I just think
I don't think he's dust either. And I mean, Gage hasn't been practicing. Godwin's still probably not going to be full health to start the season. I mean, Julio just feels be playing every snap.
I just feel like him and Brady can like have that kind of like special connection with just like their football knowledge and just
without the Antonio Brown psychosis. We just run it back with a more
I mean, sure. Yeah, honestly, like a few less concussions, hopefully for Julio.
Jack, let's look at our roster, see what maybe our QB2 plan might be.
We still need a tight end, right?
QB2, are we taking a second quarterback?
Who's our tight end?
Jack's like, I see all of the sheep
did you take Waller, Jack? Who'd you take?
Jack, we talk it through and you kind of dance around it. You don't put it on a billboard.
Wait, we have Pitts?
At the top.
But that's,
we have Pitts?
Yeah.
Come on, Clay.
I missed that.
Come on. Remember we were debating. It was AJB versus Camaro.
Wheels up.
Yeah.
No, just kidding. I was the one that said Pitts. Sorry, I've been a little wine.
Jack, go back to the board. Get the Trevor Lawrence billboard off.
Whoa. Don't say it out loud. Because some people they're just listening. They're not watching.
Yeah, that'll be later tonight when it gets uploaded by Pete.
The other thing I'll say, Clay, to kind of support your point is we still haven't quite seen the dynamic where someone jumps up into being like a top 60 pick value in the way Darrell Henderson did last year. And that's a much bigger difference because, again, if you think of the likelihood of each pick hitting on a sliding scale, let's just make up a number and say first round picks will hit 50% of the time. And you go all the way down to 18th round picks that hit 2% of the time. So it's like, okay, the percentage probability of Julio Jones, like in the 18th hitting versus the 12th, like that sliding scale is probably still small. Whereas if he jumped all the way up to the 5th round, then it starts to be like, man, it's going to be hard to compete with those other teams. But we just haven't had that jump this year.
You didn't need to do that, Weber. Like, you just didn't need to do that. And
who does he have? Did he take him unstacked?
No one. Yeah, he has no one. It's just unnecessary. Like,
that is a bad. That's just a bad pick.
But that's on Jack.
It is on Jack.
Jameis throws to Kamara.
How about this? Hang on. Listen to me, Jack, before you do this. How about Alberto? Greg Dulcich is starting the season on IR. We need a week 17 bring back for this Mahomes Hardman stack.
You're trolling.
I'm not. Or we could take Hamler if Hamler's still there. Is Hamler gone?
He's gone.
I thought he was dust.
Who? Did you listen to what I said? Greg Dulcich isn't playing.
I don't know if I love that with Pitts,
though.
First
5 weeks of the season.
We could have waited another round and maybe gotten another, I don't know. Hey, maybe it's who you need in week 17, you know? I would have rather taken even like put.
I say we take $1 here. And
One
open up.
dollar.
Go to wide receivers real quick though.
Choose.
Yeah, for sure. It'd be him or Robbie for me, but let's go $1.
$1.
We could have gone all in on our Jag stack without Trevor Lawrence and taken James Robinson, just full Hancock.
What's the worst build that could win $2 million? Like
The worst
handcuff
build-
running back.
Running back, like 3 quarterbacks, 4 tight ends.
No, that could realistically win it.
You could definitely see a 3 quarterback, 3 tight end team win, I think.
Oh, wait, you think a 3 QB, 3 tight end build is that bad?
I mean, you asked me what would disgust me the most. I think I've done like 3.
I'm doing a couple of those, to be honest.
Double threes. Yeah.
I've done a few.
There's just no.
You can have
to
some
me,
fun
there's-
builds like that if you really hit on your first, like if you go running back and wide receiver pretty heavy early and then just stop and then just I don't know.
Yeah,
hit some
like
guys,
there's no
it'd be
value
fun.
in these late wide receivers.
That we can.
I'm
agree
really
with.
digging like 3 late
Late
tight
wide
ends,
receivers are
especially if I could start with like Njoku as my tight end 1. Love it.
I just don't like. I don't want to be drafted after Robbie. Sorry, I got to go back to the board. But after
I
Robbie,
agree.
like, actually, JMO
like
is
Pierce.
dropped too far for me.
Pierce, J-Mo, and Zay Jones. I've been drafting a good bit of.
Do you have alpha on JMO's timeline?
running.
No, although our friend, fantasy football guy, said he thinks he'll come back after the bye week.
When's their bye?
Which, like week 5 or something.
Really? I mean, he's a smash if he's back by week 5. I was working under the assumption it was gonna be like week 12.
Right.
That's what I read.
Yeah, that could be the case. He said he was betting. I think it was Kevin O'Brien, right?
Oh, you're talking. Okay, yeah. I thought you were talking about like a doctor, a fantasy
No.
doctor.
No, but he said he's betting JMO to win Rookie of the Year, and I was like, "Is there a path?" He said Odell, same bye week, came back 12 games. Harb says a 4-4-7-3 team could be live. Interesting.
Yeah. Yeah, you do hyper fragile. You hit this year's Cooper Kupp, Chase, and Deebo Samuel. And then you're just robust at the onesies. I could see it.
Are you doing any like 2 hyper elite tight ends, like Strami said, Andrews, Pitts, or
I did it with
Kelsey?
Liam last night. We took who did we take? I think we did Andrews Waller. I have some Kelsey Pitts teams back when Pitts
That's
in
fun.
the good old days was going in the late 3rd.
That's really fun.
It's not my favorite thing. Same with the elite quarterbacks. If I can get one of them at a value, I tend to like it. Last night we drafted Andrews and Waller at ADP. I don't mind it because the thought process, right, is you're taking the second guy is going to fill your tight end slot, right? So in that case, it's Waller. And then Andrews is just like as if we drafted a flex wide receiver, right? Like that's how you're thinking about him. Because you're hoping that those elite tight ends, Andrews, Pitts, Kelsey, score like a top 15 wide receiver anyways.
I do have a 4-4-8-2 team.
A 4-4-8. Who are the quarterbacks?
Jared Goff, Baker Mayfield, Malik Willis, and Mitch Trubisky.
Okay, I loved it until you said Mitch Trubisky. Why not Kenny Pickett in a 4-4 build?
No, we're on the clock.
Do you want to set up? You want to set up this Danny Dimes double stack?
Yeah.
I like it.
Wait, get Dimes first.
Get
right?
get Galladay first.
No way that KZ's drafting Kenny Galladay. 0% chance.
KZ, do your magic.
We're gonna draft Kenny Galladay.
I mean,
Please draft Kenny Galladay. Dude, go to wide receivers real quick.
KZ really debating right now whether it's worth messing up his structure for this bit.
Exactly.
Go to wide
Are you
receiver.
willing to throw $25 away for content? You don't do this for content like I do.
Jack's like, I'd throw a lot more money away than that for content.
Jack, go to wide receiver.
We would have set up the double stack with Lawrence if we wouldn't have gotten brutally sniped on him.
Yeah, what about running backs? We're still at 3 running backs here, so we could go.
Did you guys see? I will say Spiller was back at practice. I mean, I'm still down on him, but the ankle injury doesn't seem to be as big of a concern as
I'm fine with him. I can't get a read on TDP really on if I like him.
Jack, okay? Good. I thought I didn't realize we're on the clock. We got it. I say we got to take Galladay for this double.
Yeah, that's cool.
Is he even gonna play on the team this year?
Kenny Galladay?
Yeah.
I mean, if he doesn't, $1 to the moon.
So the reason I didn't take Pickett on this team is because I have been drafting quite a bit of Pickett. And then I was kind of like, well, I think Mitch is going to start. And then if he plays well, and the upside case is that Pickett doesn't play this season, then that's kind of fun. Because I have Pickens on this team. So then my running backs, this is going to get a little controversial.
I mean, this team's already very controversial. But
this is one of my weirder teams.
Which team are you talking about?
His 4 QB build with Mitch Trubisky is one of the 4.
Yeah. Okay, I have Saquon Barkley, Aaron Jones, AJ Dillon, and Isaiah Pacheco.
Is this a super late round Isaiah Pacheco?
It's like a 160.
Oh, okay, all right. So you a little handcucking and Barkley and Pacheco.
Yeah. So the thought just like I was just trying to get unique, and I was like, how many like I'm pretty into like both Aaron and AJ being like good this year, like because of I think Aaron's gonna catch a shit ton of passes, AJ's gonna run the ball.
The dumbest fucking draft I've ever heard.
Hold on. Okay, wide receivers.
You're mad because McKinnon went?
DJ Moore, Gabe Davis, Amon-Ra, Sky Moore, Traylon Burks, Julio Jones, George Pickens, Jahan Dotson. Those are my receivers.
That's not even like what? Who are your tight ends? Pitts and Andrews?
No, Alberto and David Njoku.
What? That team stinks.
Yeah, it's a rougher one.
Yeah, but Clay,
the build.
I can understand the Trubisky.
That's one of my grocer teams.
What did you say this is?
That's one of my grocery teams for sure.
A grocery team when you're at the grocery store?
Grocer teams.
You're like, I thought you were saying,
but I don't understand. Why 4 QB? Like 4 QBs would be probably unique enough. Why Jones with Dillon on a 4 running back team? I don't know.
Well, when I did that, I wasn't planning to take 4 QBs. It was just like then I needed to catch up on wide receivers, and then I'm not QB1 being Jared Goff. I was like, well, let's just fire off at some. I was just trying to get points. I'm just like, at what point can I just like start to try to fulfill a lineup that like has any kind of upside on a spiky basis?
Pete, what would you do if you were drafting for the season point total high?
I would draft.
Like, do you think
fragile? I would do. I would get running backs early. Yeah, I do. Do three early, probably right out of the gate, and just try to hit the 3 workhorses because they're going to get you off to a fast start. Like you can't mess around with 0 RB,
right? In
that like you're trying to scoot into the playoffs with 0 RB, and then you have a monster down the stretch.
Right.
I think you go hyper fragile. I don't think you have to go, and I do think you probably want 3 QBs or 3 tight ends, like one of those 2, depending on like where you deployed capital early.
Right. Yeah, Paul says that he did a 3-6-6-3. I think that's like very possible to do.
Yeah, that's a fine build.
Nick, you post this in the chat one more time. I'm going to mute you.
I got bored on that one. Most of my teams are way more like structurally traditional and positively correlated.
I mean, occasionally, most of the time it's just missionary. Occasionally, you guys strap each other up.
So you're just gonna add a 4th quarterback, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. I'll be sacking groceries all the time. We'll see what y'all think of my exposures here in a second.
All right, so we're done at quarterback. We're done at tight end. Probably a running back and 2 more receivers here. Let's go to the board, Jack. I don't mind TDP. I do like David Bell. It's one of the last few wide receivers I don't mind. So we're at a 2-3-9-2.
I'm drafting a lot of
running back.
I'm drafting a lot of Jeff Wilson.
The bots are in, Pete.
The bots are here. The bots are here. Let's what running backs do you guys like? I mean, I like both the Niners backs, or we could get really off the board.
I think Clay wants to draft Mark Ingram.
I would never. I would never.
Marlon Mack, he's supposed to have a big year, right?
Jack
should
read
take
one
him.
blurb about Marlon Mack getting cut and thinks he's being cheeky.
I would take TDP here.
Jack
value
really
speed.
wanted to take Mike Davis.
No, I looked at him, but he's not a play for me. I do have a shit ton of Gus Edwards.
Why? I mean, I'm not like the world's biggest TDP guy, but 194. All right.
Got to. I'm not. That's what I'm saying. I can't get a read on. I can't get a read if that's like a pick that we should be celebrating, or just feel all right. We got him at a discount.
So now I think it's up for debate. Another running back or another wide receiver. Getting to 10 wide receivers in this build though is kind of fun.
I mean, at this point, so Mahomes.
Yeah, I mean, we're counting on Akers to smash.
So Josh Gordon got cut, right? What about Justin Watson?
What about Justin Ross? Kidding. Who's getting cut? Slayton, right?
But I mean, we already have the double with Daniel Jones. Could Daniel Jones support 3? I feel like whereas Mahomes, one injury to one of those guys, and Justin Watson is probably on the field a bunch.
Yeah.
Get your Joe Flacco bit in there, Jay.
Okay, you want to how we feel about the backup Kansas City tight end? Get real gal brain.
Like
problem, like
if Kelsey's not playing in the playoffs because he's for whatever reason, and he's the guy you need.
If there was an exciting,
who is it?
I don't fucking know.
Oh, what about Rojo?
We're trying to win $2 million. Like fucking.
What about Rojo?
You could do Rojo. I think I prefer Watson, but Rojo's fine.
Noah Gray over Blake Bell. That's the conversation we want to have.
I'm just saying, if you really want to get different from a team that's not really been drafted, probably.
I think when you do the Galaxy Brain stuff with tight end, I think you want it to be in a 3 tight end build, obviously. And I just don't think this is a 3 tight end build with Pitts and O.
No.
If we had like punted Alberto and we were getting our last 2 tight
fair.
ends in the last round, that's where I think you can Galaxy Brain it a bit.
So are you only correlating
Pitts in the flex
your QB stacks?
No, I'll do like running back, wide receiver from the same team. The whole conversation around that is obviously quarterbacks and wide receivers are correlated on a per play basis, whereas running backs and wide receivers aren't, right? Anytime the running back's touching the ball, the wide receiver isn't. But running backs and wide receivers are correlated on a season-long basis, right? Like if the Jets are an absolute smash, like Garrett Wilson and Breece Hall can both have great years. So it's kind of trying to think through that, where you don't want to have too many of those season-long correlations in a way where there are lots of negative correlations in week 17 when you need it. But I don't think mixing those in is bad at all.
But like, would you reach for Christian Watson to pair with Jefferson for week 17? Like a couple spots, you just use it to break ties, or
I probably wouldn't reach for more than 10 picks for that.
Yeah.
I do think like, I mean, Rojo should still not be going undrafted now that he made the team.
Rojo, he's the 4th running back on the team.
Jerick McKinnon's a passing down back. I think Rojo's a better rusher than Isaiah Pacheco, and CH sucks.
Yeah, why did Pacheco? What's the Pacheco hype? I don't even understand it. Like, is he actually gonna?
I think the Chiefs know that CH ain't it, and they're just desperate
wait.
for someone.
He's in the queue right
Bernhardt's
I still think you should take Watson on this build, but
Wait,
that's my last.
Wait,
my last
Bernhardt, isn't he the Atlanta wide
Jack in the
receiver?
clock.
I know, isn't he? This is the play.
What the fuck?
That is the play. He's listed as a quarter. Taysom Hill. Taysom Hill? Are you kidding me? I didn't realize he was listed as a quarterback. Why is he listed as a quarterback?
I'm delisting this video from my YouTube channel. Clay, I'm not doing another one of these on this channel. We could draft one after.
Time out. Why is he listed as a QB? That's the best value you're ever going to see.
Stop it. What? Where is this coming from?
He made the team. He was dicing up Sauce Gardner. He put on a sick preseason.
What just happened?
Well, we had a chance to, try to double stack the greatest quarterback of all time. And instead we took a guy who plays lacrosse, I think is what happened.
Now that I'm thinking about it, I guess it's not as valuable because he's not going to play quarterback.
Yeah, I got bought out by Jack, and he doesn't know that I got bought out. Oh my goodness!
Yikes.
I think that was the play.
I'm in shock still.
What is this? What is this Nightbot thing? Is this a new thing on YouTube?
I don't know.
So
maybe she's a good
Waterbug
Samaritan.
says, first time I see Nightbot on a Pete stream is telling me to shut up about Bernard. What is this Nightbot? Do we actually have benevolent bots? I'm only used to sex bots.
It's a good Samaritan moonlighting as a bot.
Oh my goodness.
You sure you don't want to fire one more? I'll let you roast my exposures as the tantalizing piece.
No, how about that? How about we let me look. Jack,
right,
go into your exposures.
All right. How do I get there?
Nick, I'm excited for your enthusiasm in the stream tonight.
You can get him out of here.
Stop spamming the same thing every time. At least mix up the emojis.
All right, here we go.
Okay. Saquon,
Let's start in quarterbacks. I like Lawrence a lot. I don't love Jameis a lot, but it's the Olave play has forced me to draft him. I don't love Matt Ryan. I like DJ. The problem is
you kind of skipped over Tannehill there.
What do you mean you like DJ? You're like even with the field on him.
I know. That's what I'm saying. Is like I draft structurally. Like I'm not player taking.
Is this the guy who just fucking took a lacrosse player? I'm not player taking.
Well, that's just value. But
hey, God, search Bernard. I want to see if you've taken him before.
I haven't. I didn't know he was listed as quarterback.
Okay.
No, I like chocolate ice cream. So, all right, but like I said, let's go to the.
I don't think your quarterback exposures are bad. I don't really understand the Tannehill thing. Everything else.
Players I'm fading. Jalen Hurts.
Oh, bad take.
Could be dangerous.
Ooh, this Mahomes Wilson Hurts tier is gonna haunt you.
Mahomes Wilson, I have no interest in fading, but I'm just not drafting. Like I'm not getting Kelsey a lot, and then I'm not taking him trying to figure out which Chiefs wide receiver. Russ, for some reason, and I love Russ in the Denver offense this year, I'm not getting any Judy or Sutton because I think I just take like Keenan or Moore, a lot of players before them. So let's see. Rodgers, whatever. Maybe a couple too many Deshaun Watsons. Kyler, I don't have a ton of. I wish I had more. Josh Allen every time with Diggs, Tom Brady, Stafford. Yeah, so
this is fine. This is fine.
Okay. All right, we got to find running back. Thoughts? Took a big hit the other night, but I think he'll come back.
I like these. What price were you getting all your Gus Edwards shares at?
Not great. They were super early drafts. Yeah, so the Gus share, where is he now? but he's dropping, and I won't draft any more of him. Maybe I will. But let's see who I'm fading in the running back room. Let's see. First,
David Montgomery. This guy's giving me shit about David Montgomery. He has 1.6%.
No, that was Clay who was giving you shit. I said it's because all the influencers convinced me not to draft him, so I've only drafted him 2 times. Wait, this is funny. Chris Carson was in my first BBM3 draft, and he's not playing this season. David Montgomery.
Is that your bit, Jack, that you like to just straight up burn 1 pick in every draft? So
No,
you could say you won BBM3 with 17
before
picks?
Before the season. Damian Harris, Nick Chubb, Jacobs, not drafting a lot.
You have been listening to all the influencers.
I know. Look at all right. So Swift is the one I'm kind of pissed about because my take on him early was he's going to be a league winner this year. Like I think there's a path for him. The Jamal Williams stuff could just be bullshit. He might be the guy you need, and we're always looking for the guy you need. And I just never take him because I'm taking Saquon, I'm taking Kamara, I'm taking a wide receiver. Like I just never can come up with a good reason to take Swift, which might sound a little backwards. Don't like Mixon. I like AJ Dillon, but is he going to get a prop or is he going to the bathroom?
I don't know what direction's what in this new house.
Aaron Jones.
I need water. I'm parched after looking at this desert of exposures.
I know. It is. All right, let's see my wide receiver exposure. Keenan Allen, which has come down. Gallup, this has been a late riser. I've been grabbing Gallup. I didn't really.
I like the Gallup stuff a lot.
I love Drake London. So I ended up with a lot more Drake London than I am Kyle Pitts. So we'll see.
What's your Mike Williams? I'm curious how big of a stand you're taking on Keenan because they're always right next to each other.
Yeah, no Mike Williams. That's not bad. Yeah, 7%. Traylon, Julio. I got a lot of Julio early, which I'm happy with. Jettas, I've got decent for him being a top pick. Garrett Wilson, like I said, Deontay. That's correlated with the Ravens, who I end up drafting. It's flat. Like I'm not gonna lie, it's very flat. All right. The wide receivers I'm fading: Devontae Smith.
Only 2.5% Visca in GMI.
I know.
Ayuk. Ooh.
Yeah, I ended up fading Ayuk.
Why do you hate Juju?
Why do I hate Juju? I don't. That's what you just can't draft all the players, I feel like.
But you can draft players that you think have better upside than other players.
But I don't in that range, especially now. Like Cortland,
6% Prosh. I like it.
Yeah, Prosh was my play. I really do think he'll be wide receiver too. I just don't know if it'll matter. I've stopped drafting Lazard. Like, look, AJ Brown only 6.6%. JMO, I like. Let's see tight ends. I've been drafting a lot of Dalton Schultz lately. I think Irv Smith. What do you think about Irv Smith?
I think he's fine. Only thing I don't like about Irv Smith is I think that entire tight end tier, from like tight end 7 or 8 to tight end 20 is all the same, and he's on the more expensive side of it. But I think he's fine.
Yeah. Well, I love Gesicki, even with the current situation. Like, I'll keep drafting him. Like, I don't understand. What is this? Prochet was my player with 6%. Like, how many are you drafting the same person in round 18 every time?
I actually that's the thing for the 6% for guys that are drafted in less than 10% of leagues is actually a pretty meaningful amount. If it's a 17th round pick, 6% of an undrafted guys is a stand. IMO.
Thank you. I appreciate it. Yeah, look, it's not that exciting. It's flat as fuck, but it is correlated. Like, go look at my teams. Correlation Nation.
Do you even correlate, bro? All right, now we're gonna look at Clay's. Oh my baby, DeAndre Hopkins, 6 games. Who gives a fuck? Let's go.
Yeah.
Go sort by position. I like the slow roll.
All right.
That's insane.
I'm ready to trigger. I'm ready to be triggered.
I think you'll find my exposures more acceptable than you found that one.
QBs
4.482 draft.
QBs make a lot of sense, right? Because Baker, you were getting super late. Lawrence is always
late.
falling, and then you
most of my Baker is like 18th round. Like it was.
Let me see your Mitch.
I'm not a Darnold
Type
guy.
in Mitch.
I don't have a lot of Mitch, to be honest. I honestly just play up the homer stuff for a bit. 4% Mitch.
That's a meaningful amount too. But not if you're taking 4 quarterbacks. I mean, you're double bagging at that point.
I have not taken many. I would say most of my teams are 2 quarterbacks. Like 85, 90% of my teams.
What's your? Are you fading?
Oh, they want you to sort by BBM.
Oh, by BBM. I haven't. Well, I've done a fuck ton of puppies, so my BBM.
Yeah, no, leave it. If you haven't done a ton of BBMs, leave the 5.
I was saying my BB. I've like kind of flat. Like I've done like probably 35 BBMs.
Yeah, keep it. I want to see the full clay.
I've done like 60 puppies or like 80 puppies. I'm at 130 drafts total.
Look at it is interesting, Clay, to look at your money, right? You're at 8.5% Kyler, even with the field, but you've only been drafting it in puppies. Clearly no BBM3s.
I know. Well, because like when the puppies are out, I just fire the puppies. So like I'm getting like my blimps of BBM are kind of like.
Why do you like the puppies?
Because I can do 5 puppy drafts for 1 BBM draft. I'm not going to max BBM3, so.
No, I know. It's just.
I'll send you a
cactus. Go to running back. Go to running back.
Running back? All right.
Let's go to running back. All right, that's my dude right at the top. Love it.
Do we love him that much?
Yeah, I think I'm at like 22%.
And where he's getting drafted, so. I don't know.
Let's see.
Fitz builds.
Jamal Williams,
23%.
Those are all Buffalo teams. That was just all like week 17.
Talk me through the Jamal Williams one.
I don't know. I just don't mind it when I'm getting him as my like. I like him in most builds at his cost on teams that don't have Swift, and I have like 13% Swift, so I'm not just like out on Swift. I just think that like they're both talented. If anything happens to Swift on teams that don't have Swift, I like Jamal Williams.
I will tell you, I normally am not too impressionable by random pieces of media, but seeing Jamal Williams and the way Dan Campbell looks at Jamal Williams, I'm like, that guy's fucking getting 15 touches a game, come hell or high water.
Well, I liked him even back on Green Bay because my boy Aaron Jones, like I just liked his I liked seeing like Jamal's like personality and stuff from his time in the Packers, and I just like he's a fun player. I think he's talented. I think coaches like him. They like to give him the ball, and I think he's a fun guy to have in your team if he is getting RB1 touches on that team. So that's how I feel about it. I like Pollard a lot more in PPR, but have you
mixed? I'm curious. Do you have any P Ryan, or are you just super on Evans over P Ryan, which I think is a fair take. I'm just curious.
So I had a fuck ton of P Ryan last year, to be honest, and no, I have no P Ryan.
Whoa,
I think I took up a couple in other ones. So yeah, that's probably a miss on my part. And I've been slowing down on Evans a lot, but like I was so high on P Ryan last year. I'm not a big mixing guy. So I just like betting on the RB2, and that team is fun the last round, especially with Buffalo teams. And I have a lot of, as we'll see, let's go to my wide receivers.
I'm already triggered by this Zay Jones.
I have a lot of because I have a lot of Lawrence. So I have a lot of
that makes sense.
Round Lawrence stacked with Zay Jones as the wide receiver. It's just too cheap. Like I'm not a Zay Jones guy. I would have never drafted him on the Raiders, but I'm betting on like correlation with Lawrence.
Who's your Houston bring back with your?
I don't have a lot of correlation in that side. That's where I'm definitely underexposed. I don't have the bring back with Houston unless it's Brevin Jordan. I'm not really drafting a lot of Brandon Cooks, and Nico Collins is fine if I get him at value, but I'm not really drafting him either. So. Yeah, Evans was probably a miss, but I was drafted again. Those are a lot from like early drafts. I've not been drafting him a lot in the last month and a half, I would say.
Yeah, I like your aggressive stances on the suspended guys and injured with Hopkins and Godwin. That Godwin 20% aged nicely.
Yeah, I just think they're too cheap, man. I get it 6 games, but like if you just consider like an average good player missing a handful of games these days for whatever reason, and like Hopkins comes back and if you're just considering the high end of his outcomes, I just think it's exciting. I just think if my team is in the playoff mix, Hopkins is a guy that I love. My team is my 4th or 5th wide receiver in most circumstances. Like a lot of the times I'm taking him are honestly on 0 RB teams because I'm just like, it does not matter. I have 4 or 5 guys I'm ready to start right now. Like I don't like the running back still. I'll wait and just kind of like go extreme. So those are the ones that are kind of fun teams for me is when I have him as like even my 6th wide receiver in some.
All right, let's see the tight ends.
Let's see here. I'm getting a lot of knocks. No? I just like, I like that pocket. Tonyan,
the Mo Alley Cox one, is starting to look pretty
Yeah.
nice. Played all
I don't know
the
why people are
first
kind
team
of off him,
snaps.
to be honest. Like I think you were on him pretty big like last year, right? And like
Yeah, that's why I think everyone got burned by him last year.
yeah, but it's better this year. I mean, Doyle's not really in the conversation anymore.
No, he's not. I mean, the only issue, Doyle's gone. I mean, the issue is early on in preseason, Kyle Granson was still running a decent amount of snaps. And then, but man, when you
I think
hear
he's
the
pretty
quotes,
good, so it's like, yeah, fuck it.
the Mo Alley Cox quote was, he told the reporter, he was like, yeah, I'm running he's inherited all of the Jack Doyle stuff this year, which would be pretty big for him.
I feel really bad about my just sucky exposure, but I drafted him a lot early on when I was doing some Tua as well. And then I got pretty spooked and I have not been drafting him at all. And I've been trying to get my Pitts exposure up a lot. So that's been funny. And then I've been drafting more Taysom Hill the last 2 months. Just because, you know, who knows? I'm not a Taysom Hill guy at all, but I'm kind of into it on certain builds where, you know, 3 late tight ends. Like I said, I've been drafting a lot more.
No, but you can see you see the entry fees compared to your others. You're only doing it on the puppies.
Yeah,
you're not putting the big
right.
BBM bucks on it.
Yeah, exactly.
I actually thought Davis's reply to me on why he's drafting Taysom made a lot of sense, which I wasn't expecting.
It does make sense.
So I feel pretty good about it. I like Gabe. I mean, Gabe's I'm into Gabe. I'm into Palmer. And I just think D-Hop is way undervalued. That's my big stand. I'm very comfortable being like, I'll take D-Hop.
The only thing I'm surprised about, I love the Hopkins big stand. I'm surprised because of that you don't have more Kyler. Like if Hopkins smashes, I think you'd probably want a little more Kyler with him.
So I've been focusing more on I like Mahomes and Lamar when they fall past ADP. Those have been my priorities over Kyler. And so I'm even taking Hopkins on teams where he's unstacked and uncorrelated because I just think that he's like too good of a value at where he's going in drafts for what he can be when he comes back from suspension. I just don't get it. I mean, I get it's baked in, but again, yeah, what Andrew G said, where would he be going without suspension? It's 6 games. You can survive that in best ball. I don't know. I love him on all builds, so I'm just kind of like, fuck it, let's ride.
Maybe he's washed, like that's part of it.
Sure, yeah. But again, if you think Kyler's gonna have a good year, and I don't have a lot of Kyler, but I'm also kind of like having a lot of fun trying to like stack, obviously, but I'm enjoying getting like drafting 2 Chiefs wide receivers and Lamar. Yeah, a little bit more because I'm just trying to get unique. I'm just getting way more into like I was like correlated week 17, and now I'm just like trying to think about, okay, what are teams that I haven't drafted? What are teams that other people haven't drafted, and trying to like kind of, you know, get 2 levels deep in the meta there.
Do you think the person who wins BBM3 like will be aware of, like Herzig won the first one, Liam, like we knew, or do you think it'll just be a rando?
The odds say it'll be a rando. But
is that true? Do the odds say let's
there's
say
470,000 entries.
I know, but 150, like a lot of people will do more than one entry, right?
Yeah.
How many people do we generally know? Like in the thousands? Or you think?
Well, I think you're kind of saying like, would it be someone from the Deposit Kingdom, the ETR, the Spike Week communities? Like, I do think it'll probably be. I do think those 3 communities right there have probably a pretty good chance of having someone from that community winning it.
Right.
I would take I would put money on it being somebody in one of those Discords at least, right? Or like a subscribe. Yeah, I think so.
I hope it's me.
Because you do, I guess I'm coming around on that thought, because you do see the ADP is good, but where you do see like everyone in those Discords who watches any content do solid structures and know how to deviate out of those structures to get unique. Whereas you do see some truly punt structures from the randos and those things.
Like just like, dead teams. Yeah.
Well, it's like they
4-4-8-2.
clearly don't know the settings, haven't consumed any content on it. They're just like, fucking YOLO, baby. Let's go.
They're not YOLOing though. Like they probably do think. And I would even stretch it to like as far as a person from one of the 100 underdog influencers, right? So like even like Xerxes or the Madden YouTubers, like those guys, if one of their fans won it, they probably consume way less best ball. They're more pick 'em. But like, do you think there's a chance it'll just be like someone who doesn't have a Twitter account?
Just completely off the, I mean, I hope not, because I feel like obviously Justin has been a great ambassador for best ball, and I think Liam has too. And we like ran hot because Liam's actually, and I'm not selling him short, but he's like a fun broadcaster. He's an entertaining person to listen to. Like, I hope whoever wins Best Ball Mania 3 is doing streams, can do entertaining content. It's so good for the game if that happens.
Like, do we know who finished 2 through 5 last year?
I know who finished 8th. That's a good question. I know someone's tagged me before who finished in the top 5, but I don't know off the top of my head the other ones.
Did you guys happen to see my my spicy takes tweet a couple days ago? No. It kind of correlates with some of my exposure, but I had four stands. I'm kind of taking 4 of my takes.
Wow.
I think so. I got Gabe Davis.
Let me pull it up. Let me pull it up.
All right.
I missed this tweet thread.
This wasn't a thread. I put it in one. I thought I wouldn't slow roll it. Just give it to the people in the first in the upfront.
Hang on, I'm scrolling. Is it before or after your Underdog Cardio Club lawn mowing photo?
After, more recent.
Okay, I did like this photo though. So, and also I had a question about this one. Did you was this at your father-in-law's house, and were you just like, "Hey pops, I'll mow your lawn for you"?
Yeah, I was. He was they've been going through some like family stuff with his mom, and so he's been traveling up to Massachusetts a lot, and I was like, well, let me mow the lawn for him while I'm out here. I was listening to a podcast anyways. The funny part though, I was completely shit posting because I can't actually draft. It's in Connecticut, so I can't even do an underdog draft, unfortunately. But I was just having a little bit of bid equity there.
Are we gonna fight? Are we gonna fight about some things right now?
Read these. I like these. These are fun.
All right. First one. Gabe Davis finishes as a top 10 wide receiver this year.
Love it. One of my bold takes is he outscores Keenan Allen. So we're in line on that one. Sorry, Jack,
I'm all in on that. Second one, Pitts finishes at the tight end 1.
I'm in on that.
Third one, Tony Pollard finishes as a top 10 running back.
Okay, I have a follow-up question on this one. Is this he in without injury to Zeke?
No, this would be like in like something.
That's part of the outs.
It's part of the outs. Yeah, for sure. Okay. For sure, one of the outs. I don't think it happens if Zeke. If Zeke is healthy, I think they're going to play him enough to like not give him that.
You drafted Aaron Jones and AJ Dillon.
Well, I think it's different. I think it's a little different. Dak at least has CD to throw to. Like,
yeah.
Aaron Jones is wide receiver 1 of the Packers. That's my other spicy take this year. So. Yeah, honestly, like fuck it. I'm kind of in on that. That was part of the rationale for drafting.
You have to say the last one. That's the
last one. Njoku finishes as a top 5 tight end.
All right. So my reaction to this is the first 2 aren't hot or spicy takes at all.
Fair.
Gabe. I mean, what is Gabe being drafted at? As what, like wide receiver 26 or? What is he at?
Yeah, but he's being drafted wide receiver 26 and 6 picks earlier as wide receiver 20. Like, I just think the range, like Njoku, that's a massive jump in my opinion. And Pitts is like wide receiver tight end 3. But and to prove my point as to why I don't think they're that hot is because Mark Smith Productions commented last 2 aren't happening. Well, if someone like thinks
do you know what a bold prediction is?
Yeah,
if you
that's my point. That's my point. That's why I don't think the first 2 are that bold.
If you don't, if you think there's a likelihood of something happening, it is not a bold prediction.
It's a range. We're going from like spicy to like the ghost pepper. Range.
No,
right. Spicy,
I would say I would only throw out Pitts as tight end 1 is not a spicy one, but the other 3 I think are spicy.
All right, my spicy takes last year were that CMC smashes and the win rate from 101 destroys everyone else. That obviously flopped, but I might run that back. 2 was the winning team was drafted before August, and we never draft close to kickoff again. I'm drafting 100 teams after August, so I'm glad I listened to myself. Although I assume Liam drafted before August, right?
His, I believe, was in July. I think his was mid-July.
Weeks ago was the anniversary.
Yeah. And then the last one, which was a good take, Hollywood, Pittman, Devontae Smith being drafted after wide receiver threes like Tyler Boyd, Michael Gallup, and Juju will look dumb. That was a good take.
Wait, sorry.
Is this what, did you write these down?
Is that?
Yeah,
these are actual.
Yeah.
Am I going to get fired as a best ball thought leader if I don't do a thread with my spicy?
Well, I did it as part of my $100,000 giveaway, and this year it'll be a $200,000 giveaway.
Wait, was it July 6th? Can you repeat that third one again? That did not.
Yeah,
that
third one. This was before last season.
Oh, before last season.
Yeah, I did Hollywood.
Got it.
Michael Pittman, Devontae Smith being drafted after Tyler Boyd, Michael Gallup, and Juju will look dumb.
I missed the last season part.
Crush Sirius Radio advertises June. I ad lib those Underdog ad reads, so I never.
No, everyone's yeah. Oh, July 16th.
Yeah. Yeah, I think. What was the other one of your exposures? I liked your Judy exposure, Clay.
Yeah, I was drafting a lot of Judy early on.
Yeah.
I have 23.7% Judy. You guys catch my CMC exposure?
What was it?
16.9.
16.9. Wow, talk about some influencer 101s.
I'm scooping him anywhere between 1 to 3. So it's like, but I also have 0.8% Taylor. So that's my stand. I'm not drafting Taylor.
I had 21% Debo and 16% Connor last year. It's just the rest of the guys didn't pan out.
Dude, are you feeling better about Judy? Like, I mean, I've been drafting less of him and more Sutton to hedge. I was drafting so much Judy early on. I like them both. I'm high on the Broncos offense.
I like them both, but Judy is like what, 12, 13 picks cheaper right now. I mean, Sutton is pricey.
I'm kind of regret not even like doubling down more because like I was drafting so much Judy when they were in like the 50s, like early on, like so much Judy. Like I think May, June, I was just like every fucking draft I was drafting him.
Yeah. Oh, I need to tell a story to balance out Jack's layered blasphemy earlier. So we went back to our condo because we're clearing it out to close for the new people moving in. And this neighbor who I'd never talked to our entire time living there, like walks up to me and he's like, hey, we're listing our condo for sale and kind of curious, like how it went for you. I know the market's changing, blah, blah. And I'm talking with him. And then he goes, and by the way, he's like, I was doing the tour of your house, like the online tour. He's like, what's up with that Patrick Laird signed jersey? And I was like, oh, because it's just a random player. And he's like, no, I picked him up on my fantasy team that 1 week a couple of years ago. He was a smash. He's like, I'm just curious why you have a signed Laird jersey. Like, how much time? So imagine me on the side of the street trying to explain. I never actually realized explaining it to a stranger. Like explaining it to people on fantasy, that's easy. Everyone understand. Yeah. But a stranger,
that's insanity.
Well, I started out, and then you just feel like an
What
idiot.
was the original? What was the original introduction?
It was he was just like the stone man on DraftKings that week and had caught a few passes the week before. And I think I jokingly said, oh, he's a smash in DFS. And then someone was like, wait, seriously? And I just never leaned into a bit harder in my life. And then over the course of the week, I had fired off, I think Kitchen counted it. It was like 140 tweets about Patrick Laird being like the smash, the gold star lock of the week. And I just like kept heightening it myself. Like by the end of the week, that's when I went to the store and had a cake made that said like Laird RB1. I don't even remember what I put on it. And it just, it got out of hand.
How did he do that week?
Oh, he bombed. But then that was the week obviously got on his radar. I got drunk and ate the cake. And then it was the following week he scored the touchdown and they beat the Eagles. That things were starting to turn around. And he told me and Davis, he's like, when the Dolphins win, I'll come on the podcast with you guys. And we're like, well, fuck, this is gonna be a while. But then they won the next week.
And did he come on shortly after?
And then he did. We because they won. I know because I was in fucking Costa Rica with Lauren and her family on a vacation. And they won on Sunday. So I was watching by the pool. I'm like, fucking Laird just scored. This is incredible. 2 days later, I'm doing the interview from a hotel in Costa Rica. We were out looking at fucking sloths. I kid you not. We're on a sloth tour. And I say to my in-laws, I was like, I got to get back to the hotel because I'm interviewing Patrick Laird.
That's so good. And you know, that interview is the genesis for how Pete and I met too, which is like,
that's how long that was. That I didn't really know you that well before that. That's nuts.
Yeah. That's literally the reason I reached out, was because when they started roasting you for the group chat, that's why I reached out to you about the phone.
So Patrick
From
Laird is
Oh,
the
the
reason.
Android.
Yeah.
Oh my
Yeah.
God.
Yeah, bring it
That's
real
crazy.
full circle.
If only I had spent about $50,000 on a Patrick Laird moment, then I would be really cued into this.
Exactly. All right. Well, this was fun. How are we feeling about our initial buys? I mean, Jack, you have 100% exposure to Patrick Mahomes tonight.
I do, and
It's
I'm
not a
okay
bad
with
sentence,
it.
to be honest.
I will.
Don't hate
Yeah.
that. Don't hate that for you.
I think I'm still like a little shaken up from the draft we just did, although I got my guy in round 18, but I got to figure out what I'm.
I will say there were some crazy takes. A lot of crazy stuff happened in that draft.
Say that.
Oh my goodness. Clay, what do you got coming up? When do the Knights of Degen League start up?
Yeah, so drafts are currently going. This is the last night to register. So registration closes at midnight. So if you're a night holder, hop in. $100 entry fee, 25K GPP, 10K to first. Drafts going. Jack and I are actually in the same league. We're gonna draft on Thursday night. We're gonna stream that one, which will be fun. Auction format. So come see how much Jack bids on Patrick Mahomes. And who was your 18th round guy again? That tight end quarterback, lacrosse player.
Jared Bernhardt. He's a wide receiver.
What if
Whatever the fuck he is.
But what if he starts at quarterback?
You're saying he's our generation's Taysom Hill. Yeah.
Yes.
I'm just gonna take it. I don't mean to derail us getting out here, but I mean, look at this. This is who you're hitching your wagon to.
Wait, he's a fucking stud. He's an actual stud. You guys don't know about him?
I didn't. This is the first I've
He was
heard
like
about
the
him.
best. He's like the best lacrosse player in the country. After that, he was like, all right, I'll go play football. No chance he was going to make the team. And then he had 5 catches for 102 yards and a touchdown.
This site, Pro Football Focus. I mean, this site is
wild.
Not Pro Football Focus. Pro Football Talk. I mean, this is unusable. I mean, what the fuck is going on here? Jesus Christ, Florio, get your shit together.
So he can't hear you through all the ad money.
Yes,
in his fucking account.
Oh my God. Jack, anything else you'd like to plug other than lacrosse stars who have converted? Do you know who else played lacrosse? Chris Hogan. And how well did that work out for him?
Smash. Won Super Bowls. Got to play with Tom Brady.
Did not work out for the Panthers. Play that one.
Anything to plug? We are. If you haven't ordered chicken tenders from Snapback Kitchen, if you order between now and kickoff, you are entered into a raffle for NFL season tickets. So it's a pretty good promotion. That's pretty much it for right now.
There you go. Get those tendies.
Hoping like the surfboard, by the way.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, we got the new Fantasy Life surfboard. I need to work on my lighting here, but it's a work in progress with the new set.
Jim Brown played lacrosse. Good call, Strammy.
Yep. Yeah, exactly. So did Lynn Swan, I'm sure. What was I gonna say? Yeah, hoping once we get back into the rhythm of the football season, we can get the crew back in here. I know Andy's work trip should be coming to a close here soon. I think it has to be because they're having their engagement party coming up in New York. So
I feel like the last message you sent though was that they were coming back after that.
They're coming back after their engagement party. That's a bold move.
I'm at another wedding that weekend. So.
I know I'm in Vegas that weekend. So, but yeah, we'll figure it out. We appreciate you guys. Hopefully you all are tracking our massive all-day contest. That is a total content play. We appreciate you guys. Shout out to Underdog. Shout out to all you guys in the chat, except the one guy who was just spamming the same thing over and over. We'll see you guys next week.